Hey guys, today we are doing a spooky episode of Keikaku Korner. It is the month of Halloween. We change up the lighting. I look a bit too demonic. I'm a little terrified of myself. Tristan, you look great. I am terrified of myself. Tristan, I can't see you. I don't know if you look great.
Exactly.
I look awful. It's beautiful. So, either way,
I'll trade
I'm
if you want.
it's fine. You're good. You're good. I'm Matt. This is Tristan. We haven't done this in about a month. I was gonna try to do one solo. That sadly didn't pan out due to my life getting busy. Tristan, your life has gotten busy as well. God damn it. That's just what I'll
Yeah.
say. Yeah, damn it all to hell. Either way, though, so we haven't really gotten to talk about a bunch of stuff. So just in the opener, just as before we tell you what's coming up on this episode, I just wanted to mention two things. So first things first, we called it, Tristan. Spider-Man and the
Oh,
Marvel and the Sony, that all worked out. And it's so funny how so many people, look, don't get me wrong. Anyone who said, oh, the movie was going to be worse being under Sony's watch, I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you necessarily. I just feel as if it was kind of funny seeing everyone be like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing this, and get really heated. Because, we talked about it,
mm,
but we weren't acting like this is the end of the world. Like, there are so many other properties that Marvel had under its wing. And, I mean, again, it was going to be bad, but that was going to be it, you know? But so many people, there was so much backlash where it's like, guys, this is just negotiations.
yeah.
And they negotiated, and everything turned out literally a-okay. I mean, it's good,
Yeah.
but it just did. So, Tristan, what were your thoughts when you heard about that?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of expected it to get worked out in the end as well. Um, so here we are.
Very high energy Tristan. Well, also because it's not like breaking news. Like, we heard about this a few weeks back. Now, Tristan, what are your thoughts? Tristan brought this to the table, so I wanted to talk about it here. Tristan, what were your thoughts on the Studio Ghibli Polygon controversy?
Oh,
I
right.
brought that up, and I'm trying to pin it on him. So Tristan, what are your thoughts on that? If you guys don't know, okay, all jokes aside, right? If you guys don't know, Polygon posted an article about a week or so ago. So again, we're just talking about this here just to kind of get through some fun stuff. And they said, "Oh, Studio Ghibli has commented and said that they are never going to put their movies en masse on a streaming service." And I believe one or two films of theirs, or that they've worked on, potentially they don't have the rights to, have appeared on streaming services like Grave of the Fireflies. They don't own the rights to that, though, funnily enough, Studio Ghibli. It was like some weird collaboration thing. Either way, though, Tristan, Polygon puts that out. And then 2 days later, HBO Max, there's an article that comes out, I guess like a press release, that says, hey, we have gotten the entirety of Studio Ghibli's library. Whoopsie daisy.
Oops.
And Polygon said either in the initial article or as a half retraction, half not, they ended up saying, oh, well, we reached out to Studio Ghibli and to G Kids, and as of press time, we did not receive a comment. So we're working off of older comments, sure, but we have not received any new updates. That's what they claimed. And then Studio Ghibli and G Kids came out and said, we did not receive any kind of contact from Polygon.
Well,
Well, damn. I'll just say this much. Someone is getting fired over at Polygon. No, because you had people before this saying, oh, Polygon's trash, etc., etc. This just feeds into that.
yeah.
You know? And it sucks, too, because it's this writer or it's this editor's problem. I don't want to put it all on Polygon overall.
Right.
And I only say that because, if you get something wrong, Tristan, I would hate for someone to say, everyone who's ever worked with us also gets that wrong or also got that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you and I make a mistake, we make mistakes as the individual, not like as an entire channel.
Right.
That's odd, you know? Like, if we were big enough to have people editing our videos, or even some people working our social media. It's weird to say that everyone under the same umbrella should have the same exact knowledge and views and philosophies. So like I feel like that kind of gets weird, and that kind of gets lost on some people. But either way, this writer or the editor, whoever was in charge of this specifically, they should potentially be shit canned if they actually did not contact G-Kids and Studio Ghibli.
Right.
Because if this is on, because it's weird because, like, I mean, I don't know what Polygon would have to lie other than they just put out another article that someone might want to read that really doesn't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
Because it's not like it's like that story didn't come about because of some huge revelation. These are comments that go back like a year.
Yeah.
That they found. I believe it was a Twitter feed or something like that. It was official, I believe, but it was a Twitter feed. So it's just so funny. Like, they have nothing to really lie about here. But then what does Studio Ghibli and G-Kids have to lie that they never were even contacted by them? So it's just devolved into some really funny stuff, in my opinion, because it's just like, well, because at first I was like, oh, I mean, deals like this happen. If they were contacted, they can't disclose what's going on. Right. And G-Kids has nothing to do with this. If you guys don't know, G-Kids, they have the rights, I believe, not even to DVD or to streaming. I think they just have the rights to do Fathom events type things. So if you guys don't know Fathom events, you can go to your local theater. If they're big enough, if your town's big enough, you have Fathom events, which sometimes they'll be like Broadway shows shown in theaters. Sometimes they're older movies, like Back to the Future had like a 30-year anniversary Fathom event. Right. I think like 2 years back or something like that. So different movies will have cool little events like that. Anime gets that a lot. Technically, though, any newer stuff, it's not a Fathom event. It's just a company renting out a theater like Funimation. But in this case, when it comes to the older back catalog, usually it's some kind of tie-in with them. Right. And so it's a weird thing. Tristan, what are your thoughts on that? Do you kind of mirror mine? Like, wow, this is a shit show.
Yeah, it's kind of just funny to watch everything blow up at this point. It's the point where you usually bring out the chair, you put the popcorn down, and say, all right, where are we going to go with this one?
I'm Big E in a crowd with popcorn, just shoving it in my mouth. Question, though, Tristan, does this make you want to get HBO Max, or are you in my position where you go, I really don't care?
I mean, I actually really like Studio Ghibli's movies, but
I do too.
I've thought about getting, a few. There a select few that I'm like, I would like to own those. But it's like, I mean, they're all great movies, but there are just some that are like favorites, like Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind.
I still haven't seen that one.
Well, I need to fix that.
I've seen let me think here. I've seen Kiki's Delivery Service.
Yeah.
I saw Spirited Away.
Right. Yeah, that's usually the big one that everyone's seen.
I can't think of Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one actually.
Well, there's something I have to change. It's so much fun.
Princess Mononoke?
I still have not seen that one. Even though I have a VHS tape of it in Japanese, I should probably at the very least pop that in. Like, what's
kind of hilarious because you were mentioning it before. There is actually a Fathom event for Princess Mononoke coming up because I think it's an anniversary for it.
You know what's extremely underrated out of there? I'm pretty sure it's another Ghibli film. If it's not, you guys will tell me down below. Porco Rosso.
Yeah.
Rosso. So anyway, but point is that while that library, at least some of it entices you, is it going to get you to buy another streaming service?
No.
Yeah. and that's the big issue. Even though I do like that HBO is going for like the curated, because back in the day, HBO was the only place where you could get movies uncut, uncensored. So it does make sense, funnily enough, that they'd go after a more curated library of anime. And in doing that, you go after the Ghibli set. but it's not gonna make me want to subscribe at all.
Yeah.
And it sucks because they're great movies, but it is not. It's not that they aren't a pusher, that they aren't a needle mover,
right.
because they are.
Yeah, definitely.
But they will move my needle. That's a weird statement. I don't know if I should be on record saying that. For a month, I will check it out for a month. They will get my $13 or whatever the hell they're charging for that, for like, because I'm pretty sure it's $13 a month. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But they will get my money for the month. And then I will say with my money, but it'll be the same message, deuces, and I will not continue. There's no reason for me to watch these movies over and over and over. If I had a kid, maybe I'd be like, oh, these are good. Some of these are good movies for kids.
Yeah.
They might get them engaged. They'll want to watch them over and over and over again. Fair. But even at that point, I might as well just buy one of the Blu-rays that's already out.
Right. Yeah.
And then just save, again, that's assuming that I was in a position where it's like, this kid only wants to watch one, kind of like when I was a kid, where I only wanted to watch like one thing for like a week or a month, where between like Aladdin or like some of the Star Wars movies, I would just constantly be playing like the same films.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, unless you're in that position, I really don't see the reason why I'd want to get this versus looking at something like Disney Plus with everything they're giving. Because if it has to be a juggle, like if you have to juggle between one or the other, I feel like I'd rather go for Disney, especially if I was thinking of it, if I had a kid. There's so many more, classics with them that aren't anime, but still, that it's just very hard for me to kind of be justified in just getting, this for Ghibli. So, yeah. It's great, but it's not doing it. So,
but if you're a fan of those movies and you want to watch them over and over and over again
on streaming services,
already have them, this is where you need to go.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, again, I don't know if it's going to do that overall, but
yeah.
But either way, so before we move on, this episode we're talking about Taika Waititi's comments on the Akira film, the live-action Akira film that he was directing, Persona 5 Scramble. Some more news on that. Also some news on My Hero Academia and Toonami. And, more live-action stuff about Cowboy Bebop, and it may be not coming out. I don't know. You'll have to tune in to find out. And also Funimation and Robotech. Oh boy. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just Funimation and Robotech. And also Star Wars, because Tristan would be mad at me if I forgot to mention it. Why am I Pauly Shore?